So we have our vision, we have our mission, and then I want to talk to you about values and behaviors. Because values and behaviors are the driver to performance. It's like the glue that keeps the strategy together. So when we look at values, it's really about like behaviors. So if you're looking at your organization's values, think about how you would describe your team. And another way to think about it is the way we do things around here. So you know when you go to somebody's house and you may or may not take off their shoes or your shoes when you come in? You guys know what I'm talking about? Sometimes, okay. And if you're in one of those households that you were supposed to take off your shoes and you walked in the house with your shoes, it'd be weird, right? Somebody would probably say something and be like, bro, take off your shoes. You get me? Okay. Well, it's the same thing with values and behaviors when they're clearly articulated. When you're clear on what the behaviors and the expectations are, then everybody else in the organization knows how to operate and what behaviors they should do. By the way, for those of you, I'm wearing my shoes now, in case some of you were looking at it. Now ask yourself, what are the values and behaviors you would want to duplicate? And again, when we looked at a vision, it was we want to have a clear picture of where we're going so that we're either moving closer towards it or further away. And the same is with values and behaviors. It's, are we living the values and behaviors that we want, or are we not? So if you ever want to go through this exercise, identify all of the values and behaviors that you have, and then ask yourself, what are the top 5 values or behaviors that you would want to foster? You could think about how would you describe the top 20% of your organization? Like, what are their attributes that if you could like duplicate it, what would you want? And what does it look like to live those values? What behaviors would it create? And what behaviors would not be in alignment? And it's an opportunity to curate that future that you want. Okay. So for example, if you're looking at a value of exceptional customer service, then what does it look like to be exceptional customer service? Does it mean that we're calling people in 12 hours? Does it mean that, you know, we're going to make sure that we drive to their house if they forgot anything? What does that look like to live that? Now, making values stick. We have the behaviors that we have now. We have the behaviors that we want. And the 3 ways to look at it is, are you talking the talk? Is it, oh yeah, I reward work-life balance, but I'm actually rewarding the people that work 16-hour days. There's disconnect there. So you really have to walk the walk and actually be in line with the values that you say. And then reward the walk. Reward the behavior that you want to see with your teams. And if you can do that, it's going to be a driver to performance. And as people know how to act, they know how they should be acting, and it's going to support what you want to achieve. And it's really easy. They're either doing it or not. So make it really simple for them to understand it and really simple for them to get bought in. Now, we talked about the strategic plan. You could have the best plan possible, but if you don't have the values and behaviors behind it, it's not going to go anywhere. You might have heard strategy eats culture, or culture eats strategy for breakfast. This is really it. Without a good culture, then the strategy is going nowhere. And ultimately, you want to align your strategy, your vision, your mission, and your values together before you start even doing anything to make sure that you're clear on where you're going and what it looks like to do that.